What is up?
Churl, Billy Churl, silly Billy, hilly Churl.
Hu Tao, why are you so adorable? And why do your eyes look like that? What is up, FPG fam? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. I promise I didn't plan that at all. I was gonna start my intro and she decided to go on singing, so we had to see that. She's absolutely adorable. Anyways, last video, guys, I talked about whether you should go for C1 Hu Tao or the Staff of Homa. I gave you my opinions on that. And in today's video, I did want to talk about why Hu Tao is such a great character for free-to-play players and such a great option to choose in terms of where you're going to spend your primos and intertwine fates as a character that you can go ahead and obtain. Why she's a good choice to go ahead and spend your primos and intertwine fates on her. So I do hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you like what you see. And here's a word from our sponsors of the channel. Heard that right, guys. GamerSup's the sponsor of the channel. A link is in the description down below. Click on that link, gives you 10% off everything in the store. Use code FurtherBeyondGaming at checkout and make sure you grab yourself a waifu cup. They are absolutely spicy, guys. Plus, grab yourself some GG subs while you're at it. They did come out with a brand new flavor, waifu candy. Look at these cups, man. They are incredible. I actually cannot believe it. The cups are great. The subs are great. Make sure you grab yourself one because a lot of them are limited time. A lot of them are collectible. So once they're gone, guys. You don't want to miss out. You want to make sure you have yourself some. Grab yourself some merch as well. They have waifu shirts. They look incredible. And the GG subs are all organic caffeine. They are keto friendly. They keep you up and going when you need to grind those resources out and get an impact. When you need to get your characters all up and running and ready. Look at these cups, man. These things are freaking off the charts. And when you get yourself a waifu cup, they also give you some free samples. So you can try out some of the free samples, see if you like the flavors, and I guarantee it, you're gonna love them. And you're gonna love the waifu cups that you have because you can stare at them while you're grinding the game and get some extra motivation to keep moving forward, to keep progressing, guys. Go ahead. Click the link in the description down below, 10% off everything in the store, and it's a direct support for the channel. It helps us to grow so we can do bigger and better things. It just directly supports us, so it's absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Thank you guys for everything that you do for me here on the channel. Let's get back into the video. So we do have Test Your Might Season 2 coming out on October 15th. We're going to be doing that live. It's a $100 giveaway pot that we're going to be giving away $20 to the top 5 winners with the quickest clear time. So make sure you join the Discord. Click the link down in the description below. Join the Discord, sign up, test your skills, test your characters. It should be a really good time. I'm looking forward to it. It should be exciting. Now, let's talk about the topic at hand, and that is Hu Tao. Why she is such a great option for free-to-play players or light spenders. Why this character is a great pick if you're going to spend your primos at intertwine fates. First and foremost, she is of the Pyro element. The Pyro element is extremely strong, and that goes for all Pyro characters because of their elemental reactions and because of the elemental resonance. So that alone just makes Pyro characters extremely valuable, and Hu Tao is no exception. The other reason is that Hu Tao is pretty free-to-play friendly when it comes to her build. Now, I did mention that the Staff of Homa is far and away the best weapon or polearm that you can place on her, but that doesn't mean that the Staff of Homa is the only option. I mean, you could place a Primordial Jade Winged Spear. She works with the Skyward Spine. Also, a very good option is the Dragon's Bane. You have the Lithic Spear, you have the Deathmatch. I mean, Hu Tao has options. If you want to go ahead and place another polearm on her, she benefits from quite a few of them. And you're not short of options when it comes to that. So she is pretty free to play friendly when it comes to the weapon, when it comes to the polearm, and she's very versatile in that way that she can work with either one of those and do really well and still put out pretty good damage. Now, in terms of artifacts, she's easy to build artifact wise. Now, the Crimson Witch domain is not the most forgiving what domain is when you're trying to get specific artifacts, but she's easy to build in terms of you can place different artifact sets on her and she works with them. So in my opinion, the Crimson Witch of Flames is the best set to place on her. By the way, just to give myself a little credibility on Hu Tao, I did pull her day 1 and I did C6 her day 1, and I do have her triple crowned. I invested a lot into this character. I have her Safahoma R2, I have her level 90, and these are her stats. I didn't show them last time, but as you can see, 60% crit rate, 223% crit damage if you round up, 121% in the energy recharge department, and I do have, where is the pyro damage bonus? There it is, 62% if you round up on that one. I always overlook those instantly. And I do have her max HP at 36,000. So my Hu Tao, for the most part, needless to say, is pretty decked out. She is arguably one of my most favorite characters to use outside of the Raiden Shogun at this point. And she's just amazing overall. And I've been using her since day one. She's been on my main teams, my main DPS, sub DPS. I put her in many different roles. So she's fantastic. Anyways, that is just to give some credibility to what I'm stating here. So Crimson Witch, I think, is the best set to place on her. But like I mentioned, you can place different sets. You can go with the Shimenawa if you want to. You can go with the what is the other, the Lava Walker. Oh my goodness, I almost drew a blank on that one. The Lava Walker. You could do 2-piece Glad, 2-piece Crimson Witch. There's many different options that you can do with Hu Tao, and it just makes her a little more versatile, and it makes her a little easier to build. Now, if you're going for the build, my recommendation is to go with a Pyro Damage Goblet. Now, depending on your build and what you need more of, you're either going to go crit rate or crit damage. That is my recommendation. I don't recommend going in HP Circlet because it's not needed. It's too much HP. You don't need, and you're going to sacrifice damage for more HP. So you don't need to do that. In terms of the sand, you definitely want to go with the HP percent sands. I know there might be some specific situations where you can go with an elemental mastery one, an EM, but for the most part, you're definitely going to want to go HP sands on that one, and then the rest is pretty, you know, per the course. Now, like I mentioned, I do have her C6. So in terms of build, pretty easy to build, pretty free to play friendly. That is one really good benefit as well. And then once again, her being of the pyro element. Now, when it comes to constellations, another great thing about Hu Tao is that she doesn't necessarily need her constellations. Are her constellations good? They really are. C1 is really good. C2 is amazing as well. C4 is nice, and C6 is, you know, it is what it is. It's a cool C6, but it's definitely not needed. So her constellations are nice, but they're not needed because C0 Hu Tao is still arguably one of the best pyro characters in the game, if not the best pyro character in the game, because she still spits out stupid damage and she does really, really well. Now, what makes Hu Tao such a great free-to-play friendly option and a great character to invest your Intertwined Fates or Primo Gems on is because of her talents and what she's able to bring to the table. Hu Tao is one of those characters that you can literally place her on any team and she fits, whether it be a sub DPS or a main DPS. And the reason being is because with her elemental skill, she's going to be able to do a lot of damage. And I mentioned this in the previous video. This is where her damage really stems from, is her elemental skills and her charge attacks and what she's able to do. But not only that, when you take a look at her elemental skill, something that I think is pretty overlooked is her Blood Blossom effect. And that Blood Blossom allows her to do even more damage because the damage on the Blood Blossom, I mentioned this before, it's actually pretty significant. It's not anything to scoff at. And it's going to allow you to do even more damage over time. The tick damage is nice on top of your charge attacks that you're going to be doing running around the field with Hu Tao anyways. So she's just amazing in that aspect, and it makes her a really good character, a really good damage dealer with her elemental skill. Also, what makes her a great free-to-play friendly option and a great investment for your Primo Gems and Intertwined Fates is that she ends up being pretty much a tank because you're building her max HP and you're trying to get her HP as high as possible because that's where her damage stems from. She's going to have naturally high HP, which means she's going to be able to take damage. So she becomes like a pseudo tank that outputs dumb damage. So it's a really nice combination right there. And it's something that is, once again, I think just overlooked a little bit about Hu Tao because she's not squishy. So it's good. Now, moving on to her elemental burst, is what also makes her extremely free to play friendly, is that her elemental burst does some good damage as well. It's a hard hitting elemental burst, especially if you level it up talent wise. But not only that, it makes Hu Tao self-sufficient. So Hu Tao doesn't have to rely on a healer in order to get her health back up. She can do that herself. And her elemental burst, the amount that she gets back in terms of health wise, is pretty nice, and it also is dependent on how low your health is, and also the energy cost being at 60 is kind of middle of the road for her in terms of other characters in relation. So it's not a bad energy cost, it's not high, and the cooldown is a bit high, but it's not that bad, to be quite honest with you. So, and it, like I mentioned, it does some pretty good damage, and it does even more damage the lower your health is. So that is another thing, is that Hu Tao is very self-sufficient. She's not reliant on other characters. She really is a one-man army herself, and she could do it herself. Another thing is that Hu Tao, within her first passive, offers some supporting capabilities to the team, increasing their crit rate with her elemental skill. So that's also really nice as well. It's just a little added benefit that kind of rounds Hu Tao out, not just making her an extremely hard hitter as a sub DPS or main DPS, but it also gives her some supporting capabilities, something that is just a little added extra that is nice to have. Is it, you know, amazing? No, 12% crit rate is not like the most incredible thing, but if you have a character that's like at, you know, 43% crit rate or 45% crit rate, this is going to allow them to get over that 50%. Really, really nice. So it's just one of those things that are there. And then her second passive just allows her to do more damage, which is extremely nice as well with her pyro damage bonus. That's why you want to go with that pyro damage goblet, because also with her elemental skill, converts her damage to pyro damage, so that's why you want to go there. There's just a lot of things with Hu Tao that makes her an extremely good free-to-play option. Really good investment in terms of a character that you want to have. Once again, this is if you need a pyro character as a sub DPS or a main DPS, and Hu Tao would be just a fantastic option to fill those roles. Now, if you have like a Diluc, or if you have like a Yanfei, whatever the case may be, obviously you may be looking at Hu Tao a little bit differently, but I would still state that Hu Tao is arguably one of the best pyro characters, if not the best pyro character that you can obtain in the game. I think she's such a smart investment. I think she is very free-to-play friendly, and I think she is one of those characters that is just fun to play at the end of the day. She's extremely fun to play because you have to kind of micromanage her health. You kind of have to be wary of that. You're always with Hu Tao are tiptoeing this fine line between death and being a tank with a bunch of health and doing tons of damage. You're always on that fine line of you're teetering between I'm almost about to die, but I want my health that low because I'm just doing dumb damage right now. And then when you have your elemental burst, you pop that and you got your health back, and then it's like it's go time all over again. Hu Tao's so much fun. She's an incredible character. I absolutely love her, and I want to get your guys' opinion down in the comments below. I want to get your guys' thoughts about this character down in the comments below as well. And if you did enjoy this video, or if you like Hu Tao as a character, or if you plan on getting Hu Tao, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Helps out the channel tremendously. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Thank you guys so much for everything that you do for me here on the channel. And we'll probably be pumping out some more Hu Tao content. Let me know what you guys would like to see next down in the comments below as well. Anyways, guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Remember to stand out, be different, have fun, go further beyond in everything that you do. And until next time, my boys, until next time, it's your homie Cody GT, and I'm out. Bye, guys.